Stop everything right now and listen to me. In the next few seconds, I'm going to reveal a secret about the female brain that almost no man knows. And no, this isn't another one of those shallow theories you find floating around. This is the raw truth about why they think in a way that leaves you completely lost. Have you ever found yourself looking at her, trying to figure out what the heck she meant by that message? Have you spent hours analyzing a simple conversation that suddenly turned into an argument? Pay attention, because what I'm about to tell you is ultra rare. It's the kind of knowledge few men truly apply. The female brain isn't a simple operating system like yours. It's complex software with multiple programs running in the background. While you think in a straight line, she's processing dozens of variables simultaneously. It's like comparing a calculator to a quantum supercomputer. Do you know what your real problem is? You're trying to decipher the female mind using your own masculine logic. It's like trying to open a door with the wrong key. You force it, push it, try again, but the door stays shut. And then you get frustrated, lost, thinking the problem is with her. But it's not. The problem is you've never learned how her internal radar truly works. Think with me. How many times have you made a decision and she asked you if you were sure? How many times did she predict something would go wrong and you ignored her? How many times did she pick up on signals you didn't even realize existed? That's not a coincidence, man. It's pure biology. Studies show that the female brain has up to 11% more neurons in the language and auditory areas. The corpus callosum, that bridge between the brain hemispheres, is up to 25% larger in women. Do you know what that means in practice? They process emotional and logical information simultaneously. While you're focused on solving the problem, she's already 3 steps ahead, anticipating the emotional consequences of the solution. Do you think this hinders you? Wake up. This can be your greatest advantage if you know how to use it. I'm going to tell you something almost no one realizes. When a woman makes a decision, she isn't just deciding. She's executing a complex algorithm that considers context, emotion, and future impact. It's what I call the circle of female connection. First, she analyzes the entire context. Then, she processes the emotional load. Finally, she projects the impact on relationships. You're probably thinking now that this is too complicated. But it's not. You just need to understand the signals. Let me show you the 7 secrets of how the female brain works that will completely change your interactions. Pay attention, because each of these points is a key to unlocking a different level of understanding. Number 1. Parallel emotional processing. While you process emotions sequentially, one at a time, she processes multiple emotions simultaneously. It's as if her brain has several windows open at once, each displaying a different emotion about the same situation. Imagine you're discussing moving to a new city. You're focused on the job opportunity. Simple, direct, objective. Her? She's processing the sadness of leaving friends, the excitement of the new, the fear of the unknown, the worry about adapting, all at the same time. It's not that she's being indecisive. She's processing more data than you are. When she says she needs to think, it's not stalling. It's complex processing in progress. Remember that. Does that make sense to you? Number 2, amplified emotional memory. The female hippocampus, that part of the brain responsible for forming memories, is larger and more active. But that's not all. The amygdala, the emotional center, connects more intensely with the hippocampus in women. The result? They remember not just what happened, but how they felt when it happened. That argument from 3 months ago that you've already forgotten, she remembers. Not just the words, but the feeling, the tone of voice, the look, the context, everything. It's as if every memory comes with a complete emotional soundtrack. That's why when she brings up something from the past in an argument, it's not to attack you. It's because that emotional memory is still alive and pulsing in her brain. She's not being resentful, she's being neurological. Can you feel the difference? Number 3, intuition as an early warning system. You know that female sixth sense everyone talks about? It's not mysticism. It's unconscious processing of micro-expressions, subtle changes in the environment, behavior patterns. Her brain is constantly scanning and processing signals that your masculine brain simply ignores. Studies show that women identify facial micro-expressions in milliseconds. They notice changes in tone of voice that you don't even register. They pick up inconsistencies between what you say and how your body behaves. When she says she has a bad feeling about someone or a situation, listen, it's not drama. It's her early warning system firing based on data you didn't even realize existed. How many times was she right about that friend of yours you thought was cool? Exactly. This internal radar of hers is a survival tool refined over millions of years of evolution. Use it to your advantage. Have you ever stopped to think about that? Number 4, network thinking versus linear thinking. Your masculine brain is a highway. Point A to point B, straight line, maximum speed. The female brain, it's a spider web. Every thought connects with dozens of others. Every decision pulls an entire network of considerations. You think about buying a car and analyze price, model, fuel efficiency. She thinks about the car and immediately connects it to the safety of future children, impact on the family budget, what others will think, if it matches their lifestyle, the memories they'll create with it. It's not overthinking, it's thinking differently. She's not complicating things. She's connecting. Every decision she makes is a network decision, not an isolated one. That's why when you present a simple solution to a problem and she hesitates, it's not because she doesn't trust you. It's because she's seeing ramifications you haven't even considered. Can you see the pattern? Number 5, layered communication. When she talks to you, she's not just transmitting information. She's sending multiple messages on different frequencies. There's the literal message, the emotional, the relational, the contextual. It's as if each of her sentences is a compressed file that needs to be unzipped to be fully understood. She asks if you want to go out for dinner. It's not just about food. It could be about wanting quality time, testing your willingness to do something different, checking the state of the relationship. You answer yes or no, thinking about food. She receives your answer in multiple dimensions. That's why sometimes you think you've answered correctly, and she gets upset. You answered one layer, but ignored the other 3. It's not that she's being difficult. It's that her communication is multidimensional by nature. Learn to read between the lines. There's always more being said than the words reveal. Does that make sense now? Number 6, preventive risk processing. The female brain is constantly running simulations of future scenarios. While you're living in the present, she's 5 steps ahead, calculating probabilities and preparing responses for situations that haven't even happened yet. This isn't anxiety, it's an evolutionary strategy. For millions of years, women who could anticipate dangers and prepare responses survived more and better, protected their offspring. When she asks you what you're going to do if X happens, it's not pessimism. It's her prevention system asking for data to run more accurate simulations. She needs to know that you're also thinking about the future, that you're both safe. Give her that security. Show her that you also think ahead. This calms her alert system. Do you see how this changes everything? Number 7, relational prioritization over isolated logic. For her, no decision exists in a vacuum. Everything affects everything. Every choice impacts relationships, group harmony, the emotional well-being of everyone involved. Her brain cannot turn off this relational consideration. It's automatic. You want to change jobs because it pays better. Simple logic. She thinks about how it will affect family time, the mood at home, the dynamic of the relationship, the children's future. It's not that money doesn't matter. It's that money alone is never enough to justify a decision in her world. Does that frustrate you? It shouldn't. It should protect you. She's seeing blind spots that you ignore. She's protecting both of you from decisions that look good on paper, but are destructive in practice. Can you see the value in that now? Now comes the part no one wants. To admit, you might be thinking all of this is just an excuse to say women are too complicated or too emotional. Wrong. Completely wrong. It's not about being complicated. It's about processing more variables. It's not about being too emotional. It's about using emotion as additional data in decision-making. Her brain isn't inferior to yours. It's different. And that difference, when you understand and respect it, becomes your greatest advantage. Think of a real situation. You're in a busy coffee shop, the aroma of fresh coffee in the air, that low ambient music playing. She asks you about weekend plans. You respond that you're going to watch the game with friends. Direct, honest, simple answer. but her face changes. Subtle, but it changes. What happened? In her head, your answer wasn't just about the weekend. It was about priorities, about how much time you've spent together, about that conversation 2 weeks ago when she mentioned wanting to do something special. Everything connected instantly in her brain. You didn't do anything wrong, but you also didn't do enough. You didn't consider the layers. You didn't process the context. You didn't anticipate the emotional impact. Do you know the truth few men want to accept? The female brain is an incredible evolutionary advantage. When you learn to work with it instead of against it, it's like having a co-pilot who sees things you don't, notices dangers you ignore, anticipates problems you can't even imagine. But you keep trying to fly solo. You keep ignoring the warnings. You keep thinking your linear logic is enough to navigate the complexity of relationships. Wake up, man. The world has changed. Relationships have changed. The old way of thinking no longer works. You need to understand that when she processes information differently, it's not to contradict you. It's to complement you. When she considers emotions in a decision, it's not weakness. It's emotional intelligence. When she thinks about multiple consequences, it's not paranoia. It's strategic vision. Remember the circle of female connection. Context, emotion, impact. Always in that order. Always interconnected. Always influencing the final decision. Do you want to improve your interactions? Stop trying to make her think like you. Start understanding how she thinks. Stop judging her process as inferior. Start seeing it as complementary. Pay attention to this crucial detail. Women don't think before acting because they're indecisive. They think before acting because they consider more variables than you do. It's complex processing, not hesitation. It's deep analysis, not insecurity. The more you understand this, the smoother your interactions become. Fewer conflicts, fewer frustrations, less of that feeling of speaking different languages. Because deep down, you really are speaking different languages. But now, you have the translation manual. Use this knowledge. Apply it daily. When she needs to process, give her time. When she brings emotions into a discussion, validate them. When she anticipates problems, listen. When she considers the relational impact, value it. This isn't submission, it's intelligence. It's using the difference to your advantage instead of fighting against it. Do you know what separates ordinary men from extraordinary men in relationships? It's not looks, it's not money, it's not status. It's the ability to understand and work with the female brain instead of against it. Now you have this knowledge. Knowledge that most men will never have because they're too busy complaining that they don't understand women instead of learning how they work. The question is, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to keep butting heads, trying to impose your logic, creating conflict and distance? Or are you going to use this understanding to create real, deep, lasting connection? The choice is yours. But remember, while you're deciding, she's already 3 steps ahead, processing your possible choices and preparing responses for each of them. That's how the female brain works. Complex, yes. Incomprehensible, never. You just needed the right key to open that door. Now you have it. Use it with wisdom. Use it with respect. Use it to build instead of destroy. And before you forget everything you've learned here and revert to old patterns, do yourself a favor. Like this video now. Subscribe to the channel. Don't put it off, because your masculine brain will focus on something else, and you'll miss the chance to deepen this knowledge even further. Remember the complex software metaphor? You've just installed the first update. But there's still much more to download. The female brain continues to be that quantum supercomputer, processing parallel realities while you're still trying to understand the single reality. The difference now is that you know this, and knowing is the first step to mastery. Come on, the game has changed, the rules have changed, and you finally have the manual you always needed, but never knew existed.